Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have an interesting episode for you guys. You definitely want to stick around for it, so make sure you go and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, today I have a lot of thoughts that I want to get off my mind, right? And it comes from, the observations I've been making over the past few weeks, and dare I say few months now. Right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about Skip Bayless and his show. As y'all know, a number of months ago, Skip Bayless started his show on YouTube called The Skip Bayless Show. And in this show, he basically takes us behind the curtains. He's more candid. In some cases, you can hear him swear. And he answers a lot of questions that I believe a lot of viewers and critics may have of him. And he answers these questions on his show, right? And on one of these particular segments, I think one of the viewers asked him, why is he always using LeBron, talking about LeBron and this and this, and does he need LeBron? And in this segment, Skip Bayless essentially responded with, I don't need to talk about LeBron. Like, it's not important to me. He said the thing that really gets him ratings is when he talks about the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are the big ones. I think he also spoke a little bit about, Tom Brady, if I'm not mistaken, but I know for sure he talked about the Dallas Cowboys. And I said, okay, fine. He would know more than me because he's the one that works at this company, and obviously he gets all of the behind the scenes stats, whatever. But what I've noticed is this. As y'all know, it's currently a slow period, especially in the sports calendar, but specifically on the NBA calendar. In August is like a month where really nothing is happening. There's really nothing happening, right? But I've noticed over the last few days, and really sports media in general does this, but I'm focusing on Skip's show for a particular reason. I've noticed that on every single day of the week, this week, the week prior, whatever, they always find a way to talk about LeBron James. No matter what happens, they find a reason to talk about him. And today, as I opened up my YouTube, I saw them on there, and I think the topic was, Skip was talking about how LeBron, should basically try to take a pay cut because he's already a billionaire and all of these different things. And before we get into that clip, because I want you guys to take a listen to some of the things that they were talking about, we want to quickly pay our bills. This video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura, also the official sponsor of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we're going to take a listen to this and then we'll come back. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want you guys to take a listen to what Skip Bayless had to say, right? And because I'm trying to prove a point. So take a listen to some of the things he had to say here, and then we're gonna come back and react to it.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale, here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, so much to get to this morning. Are y'all ready?
I am ready. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Skip.
I am just so relieved that you are not in studio this morning, so I don't have to worry about you having the air conditioning cranked up full blast and blowing all of my papers off the debate desk and ruining my chances of winning the argument.
Yeah, you know, but I sweat out of my clothes during that first segment. So,
well, you're in a safe place today.
I am. But the one thing I'm glad you didn't bring up was no pay cut, because they know that would be beneath them to ask the GOAT to take a pay cut.
Well, I told you yesterday, it should not be beneath the GOAT to offer a pay cut, the quote unquote phony GOAT that he is, because if he were the GOAT, he would say, I'm so great that I want to win another ring, and I'm going to maximize my chances like the great Tim Duncan did in his final 3 years with the Spurs, when he averaged making $10 million a year. And in 2013 and 2014, he was making $10 million a year, and they should have won both years.
Now, this is what I want you guys to take away from all of this. It's not necessarily what he's saying. It's the topic. Skip, I believe, in my personal opinion, needs LeBron more than LeBron needs him. And let me say this. I'm not sitting here kissing up to LeBron. I'm talking about something that I'm observing in the sports media landscape. For a guy that says that, oh, well, you know, I don't really need to talk about him. I can talk about the Cowboys. I'm just giving my opinion. Well, why is it that you're giving your opinion on literally every single thing that surrounds the guy that's not even newsworthy? But you know the only reason you're covering it is because you know it gets ratings. That's the part I can't understand. That's number one. The second part is this. As y'all know, on our show here, we try our hardest to come up with topics that we believe will keep our viewers coming back, and that would always keep things interesting. If you look at the topics on our channel, if you look at the last 20, 30, 40 videos, you'll notice that we're trying to talk about a range of things. Now, there are some things that are within the news media cycle that you have to discuss, where on certain days, everyone is talking about the same thing. That happens maybe 2 or 3 times a week, usually 2 times a week, right? But apart from that, we're trying to think outside the box. If you look at the last 3 videos we produced on our channel, with the Joe Rogan video, the Shaq video, and the Russell Westbrook video, all of these videos had nothing to do with one another, right? Because we're constantly trying to, experiment and, take our viewers to different places. But in the case of skipping these guys, what I just don't understand is this. You're making guaranteed money. You signed a contract. You're making the money. So really, I think it's up for you guys and the producers to really come up with interesting things. And I understand that you want to get ratings. I get that. But at least try to be a little bit more creative. And if people question you on why you're talking about a particular guy all the time, the least you can do is just be upfront and say, hey, listen, we need to talk about LeBron and the Lakers because we need ratings. And there's no other reason. There's no other secret. And to me, as somebody that's in this space from an independent media standpoint, it's just something that really irks me, if I'm being honest with you guys. I'm like, it's like I told Marco the other day, I'm like, this is the laziest form of journalism. Like, okay, so where's the effort in sitting up there saying, okay, well, we know the 3 topics or 4 topics we want to talk about every single day, literally. Okay, let's just think about something. Oh, you saw LeBron working out with the Suns, which is great. I thought it was pretty cool. Whatever. Let's talk about that. I'm like, is this news? How much effort does it take, really, to talk about that? It takes 0 effort. Now, the preparation that goes into it, no one is discounting that, prepping for the show. No one is discounting that. But the hardest part about content creation, by far, is coming up with topics. That is the hardest part. And to me, I just think it's ironic that for a guy that sits up there talking about, oh, you need the Dallas Cowboys, you don't need LeBron and all of these different things, blah, 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 blah. They talk about the guy religiously. And I think the only reason he talks about him is because he realizes it can make him money, period. Like we don't need to talk about, in fact, when we do some LeBron videos, they don't do well at all, right? Because I don't think our audience has been conditioned for that. I think people just come on here to hear about different things, right? But in this case, man, it just really irks me. It just really irks me. It's like, you sit up here, people criticize you for talking about the guy. You're like, no, I don't need the guy. But every single time with a straight face, you're finding a reason to talk about the guy. To me, that's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. How hard? Wow, it's so difficult. Let's just press the button. Okay, talk about the Lakers on LeBron every day. Easy. Wow, it's so difficult to do that. To me, these are my thoughts. Maybe it may sound like a rant, but that's just what I think, and I wanted to get that off my chest. So whatever you guys think about what I said, if you think there's any validity to some of the things that I'm saying, leave a comment. If you disagree, leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll definitely catch y'all on the next episode.